Welcome WSI trainees. Today we're going to do our information forensic training. This is a very important part. The first thing we need to understand is that anyone can post information to the internet. All you need is some software to create a site and a server to host it. Anyone can post to the internet. We're going to look at this in a very organized way. We're going to look at the ABCDs to learn if a site is credible or accurate. First of all, we'll look at the A for authorship. We're talking about who created this site. Is there an About Us or a Who We Are page on this site? It can be a person, it can be an organization. You need to look at the bottom of the page or look for that About Us section. Also, is the author an expert on the topic? Is there contact information? If the person is reputable, they're going to allow you to contact them regarding the topic. Look to see if they have a doctorate or a PhD that appears after their name. With these, it means that the person is an expert. Just make sure it's an expert in the topic that the page is about. Now we're going to examine a website. Here we are on the dihydrogen monoxide homepage. This page is regarding a controversy around dihydrogen monoxide and whether it should be banned or not. If you check out what is dihydrogen monoxide, you might be surprised. So I'm going to leave that up to you to search later. But I'm looking for the author information, and right now I can see that there is no About Us information here. Down at the bottom of the page, over here, it has copyright, and it has Tom Way as the author. I'm going to copy Tom Way's name, and I'm going to paste it into my search window along with DHMO and search to see if I can find some more information about this author. Right here is a Tom Way. I want to make sure it's the correct person. I see that this is somebody in computing sciences, not necessarily pure sciences. This person has earned a PhD from University of Delaware, and it says that this person has a successful science satire website, dhmo.org, which means it's an informational page. Oh, but look, here is Wikipedia. Wikipedia says that the hydrogen monoxide is a hoax. That means that it's false. That means it's an urban legend, something that's made up, a fake website. The same thing is down here, and I can be able to look carefully through all of these, finding that it is a hoax, and that even though Tom Way is a real person who works in computing science, this is not a true website. Moving on now, we're going to look at bias. So what is bias? This is when an author presents only one side of an argument. Sometimes this means that other information is purposefully omitted. Everyone has biases or their own opinions about certain subjects. It's important that you consider this when looking at a website. You have to understand, why was this website created? And remember, there are different purposes. You can remember it by PI: persuade, inform, entertain, or to sell. The URL will help you with that. You also should distinguish, are you reading facts or are these simply opinions? Is the information accurate? Can you find it on other sites? This is called cross-checking or referencing. Be sure, if it's a fact, that you can find it on another website. See if there are links that will lead you to where this person got their information from. Let's check out two different websites this time. To examine bias, we're going to look at two sites on ligers. Ligers are the world's biggest cat. You can see they've been featured in Guinness's World Book of Records. Down here at the bottom, it says that ligers are extremely social animals. They're happy and content living with both lions and tigers. They also display genuine affection for their human handlers and trainers. Contrary to popular belief, ligers are not a man-made creation. They are a result of a male lion and a female tiger. So far, this website seems very positive about ligers. And if I go to Liger Myths, I can see that there are several myths that ligers suffer from a variety of health problems due to genetic abnormalities. He says this is wrong. Ligers have a hybrid vigor. They're bigger and stronger. It says that they have short lifespan. He says this is totally wrong. You can see there are lots of myths and derogatory myths here, and they're contradicting them on the website. I will point out for the URL that this is a .com site. So this site is obviously selling something or perhaps using these animals for entertainment. Now, switching over to the other site, we're going to go to Liger Facts. This site is bigcatrescue.org, so this is more of an informational site. Right here it says, the question is, where do ligers come from? And underneath the video it says, irresponsible breeders is the short answer. A liger is a result of breeding a male lion and tigress. He says that it's done in captivity and that it creates freaks that ignorant people will pay to come and see. These cats suffer from many birth defects and usually die young. They're usually larger than either parent. It also puts the tigress at great risk in carrying the young and may require C-section deliveries or kill her in the process. When the public quits paying to see these unfortunate creatures, the evil people responsible for breeding them will stop this inhumane practice. It's very obvious to see that this site, the bias is against breeding of these cats, these ligers. So you can see that there's a bias on either side of the topic about these large cats. In order to come to your own opinion, you would need to read the facts and also do some cross-checking on another website. The C stands for currency. Can you tell when the information was created? When was the page last updated? And do I need the most current information for the topic that I'm looking for? There's no hard and fast rule as far as how current the information needs to be. Your topic may determine that. If you're looking at a current issue, you're going to want something like more of a news site that's updated frequently. If you're looking for something in history, it may not matter if it's a few months or even a few years old. Next, we're going to be able to look at a site and decide about the currency. Okay, so looking at a site for currency, we can see up here the title says the California Velcro crop under challenge 1993. Perhaps this was research that was done in 1993. This says that the California's important Velcro crop, vital to the clothing, footwear, and sporting good industry, has been severely stressed by drought, disease, and pest. Sounds as if Velcro grows. It gives you some background information about Velcro and the issues here. Let's travel down to the bottom and see if we can find more information. Here's a chart from 1985 to 1992. A little dated there. And if we go on down here, it says postscript, December 1996. And I would say that this is a pretty old site that has not been updated. And I'm guessing that this is, again, another one of those hoax sites. Always check your dates. Somewhere at the top it might have a date, and at the bottom. So currency is pretty important for current topics especially. D is for design. Is the site easy to navigate and to read? Is the content well labeled, and are there any errors? If there's spelling errors or grammar errors, you can guess that it's probably not a very reputable site. Do all the links on the site work? Sites that are old tend to have what we call link rot, meaning that they don't lead to anything anymore. The websites are no longer available. And does the design help the site? Is there a lot of advertising? Are there a lot of moving objects, embedded videos that are distracting and don't have anything to do with the content? Learning to be able to navigate is important, but if it's frustrating, then the site probably is not a reputable site or not worth being on to find your information. Let's go ahead and check one last site to show you. Okay, one last site here to consider design. You can see that this is a very, very busy site. There are many moving objects that definitely are not necessary to the information. This is lingscars.com, and it's located in United Kingdom, and it talks about cars that you can rent and drive yourself or cars that you can hire. There's lots and lots of information on here explaining how it works, talking about this particular owner who has pictures all over of herself. It talks about the deals, and there are pictures. It's a very long site to scroll through, and there are an incredible number of links on the side for all the different types of vehicles. This site is a very poorly designed site and would be difficult to navigate. I know this has been a lot to learn, WSI. I'm sure that you can go back and review this video whenever you need to. It's your turn to practice now. You need to use the linked evaluation tool to find the sites that are suggested that you evaluate. You're going to provide a written report about the credibility of one of those sites, and you're going to support your evaluation with specific evidence. Consider the facts and the way that I've evaluated these sites, and I'm sure that you will do well. Excellent, and carry on.